Have you planned out your goals for 2019? Today, I want to share how I'm planning for the new year and a little bit about what is to come here at Our Young Creators on the podcast and otherwise. Welcome, everyone. My name is Yong Pratt, the Chief Dreamer and Podcaster right here at Our Young Creators. And I'm really excited today to talk about this idea of setting goals. As you're tuning in live or catching the replay, let me know you are here. Go ahead and comment if you're tuning in live. Put in hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay. And if you're listening over on the podcast, definitely come over to our website, Our Young Creators, and let's continue this discussion about goals. Now, for many, many years, I've had mentors in my life, and we've always talked about this idea of goals and goal setting. Hello, how are you, Tamisha? It's good to see you here. And for a long time, I thought this idea of goals was kind of hocus pocus, if you will. I mean, that sounds terrible to say now because I'm on the other side of this now. We talked about writing out goals. And when I was growing up, it's not something either of my parents did. We didn't really talk about it in school so much. We talked about deadlines and planning those things. But as far as bigger, long-term goals we wanted to create, we didn't really talk about that. There wasn't a whole lot of discussion around that idea of goals. Well, today I sat down to write out my money goals for 2019, really taking into account how many classes I wanted to offer in the new year, how many students I would love to impact, and really dialing in on the numbers and percentages of each thing I wanted to be part of what we offer here at the podcast. And even earlier this week, I sat down to plan out the next year for the podcast. The format's going to be a little bit different. And as we come to the new year, I'll talk to you more about what that is. But just know it's going to be done differently. I'm super excited about what is to come because it's just going to be amazing. I'm taking what I've learned now from our nearly 200 episodes, and I'm going to unpack some things we've learned here on your journey and your quest to make a bigger impact through your own message with a podcast and beyond. There is more than just podcasts coming up in the new year. So tell me, have you sat down to write out your goals for 2019? These could be health goals, fitness goals, family goals, money goals, business goals. There's lots of different goals you can write out. Today, I was really just focused on my business and what I wanted to grow and to create in this new year. So let me know if you've sat down to write out those goals. You can even just type yes in the comments below. Let me know that you've already started thinking about that or no. And if it's no, maybe tell me why you haven't done that, or maybe the day of the year hasn't arrived where you sit down to do that yet. There could be a whole host of reasons why you haven't done that yet. And then I wanted to share with you something that my friend Tasha Cole and I have coming up starting next Monday, which is December 10th. We had a chat, actually several chats, and the one theme that kept coming up over and over again is that we wanted to make a bigger impact, and we wanted to reach more people, and we wanted to get ourselves out of the comfort zones we were creating or we had created in our lives. And I've shared before here on the podcast that sharing personal things with all of you is challenging for me because for so many years, I kept that part of myself out of my business. So even though people knew me in my business, they didn't really understand so many things about me, like what I truly believed in, my mission and my philosophy, and the things that really resonated with me in my business back then. I just thought that if we put out really great work in the form of creating these amazing dancers and musicians and actors and martial artists, that would be enough. People would get it. But looking back now, I realize there were some holes in this business that I was building. And the holes were me. I wasn't coming through and sharing authentically and sharing my real self. I felt like I needed to be really, really guarded based on experiences in the past where when I had shared things, some people that I shared with them with went ahead and just did those things that I shared with them, that I shared in confidence, really. And so after many experiences like that, I just put up a wall and stopped sharing those things. So on Monday of next week, we are kicking off our 100-day Go Live challenge. Now, if you're thinking 100 days, that's a lot. And yes, you would be correct. 100 days is a lot. However, it takes time to build a new habit. And the habit that I personally want to build is the habit of authenticity, the habit of consistently showing up and talking about things that are not always business related or raising kids related, but something that happens personally that I've been able to address or overcome, or that I need to get some help with. I want to come here and share that with you. And I'm going to share it with you on live video. Now, I was hesitant to do that because I've seen people do things like that online where, they're walking me through what they're having for lunch and they're making dinner, just talking about really nothing. They're just kind of hanging out on live video, right? I don't want to be that person. I want to still bring you substance and things that you can take away and learn from. So I hope that you will join Tasha and I on this adventure. If you want to save your seat, you can do that at bit.ly/100 days of FB Live. And FB, of course, stands for Facebook. We're going to use Facebook because it allows us to come on here, do these videos, talk to the people we want to talk to, make real connections. And that's why we're using this tool. And also for many of us, pushing go live, especially on Facebook, makes our hearts beat a little faster, makes those butterflies dance a little faster in our bellies, and makes our mouths a little more dry. And I've discovered as well that those are all great things because that just means I'm pushing myself beyond what I feel is comfortable, letting those walls kind of crumble away, having me climb over those walls when I need to get to the other side and do that next scary thing. Going live can be scary. But when you do it with your friends, when you do it because you care about other people, and you want to just share the lessons you've learned and the challenges you've overcome, that, my friends, is why we're doing this. We're going to push each other to become the best version of ourselves that we can be by sharing who we truly are with those people watching us live, or maybe they're watching you on replay. And if you have like a podcast, they can listen there as well. But it's really about showing up consistently, showing up authentically, and really stepping outside those walls or that comfort zone we've gotten used to in our lives. I would love for you to join us. It's a free challenge, and we've created a Facebook group where we're going to be able to hold one another accountable, because I know for me, that's something that I need. If I know someone else is counting on me to do something, sometimes I will do it because someone else is counting on me, not because I need to do it. Am I right? Has anyone else ever experienced that, where if somebody else needs you to do something and show up, you're sometimes more apt to do it because it's for somebody else. It's not for ourselves. But in these 100 days, we're going to be walking this journey side by side. And I do have to say, we have some amazing prizes lined up for those people that choose to participate and walk this walk with us. Because again, we could all use a little more support. We could all use more friends in our lives, and we could all be held accountable to a higher standard. And that's what we're going to do together for 100 days in a row. And now, before we start the challenge, Tasha and I committed to coming live for 6 days, or I guess 7 days in a row, before the challenge started, to really get ourselves in prime form to be able to do this. And the other day, I think on Thursday it was, I shared my story of facing our fears and how I overcame the fear of showing up here on live video. And the struggle was real, my friends. It took me 17 years, literally, to get to this point, to be able to come and speak to you on live video, whether or not there is somebody watching live, right? So if you're curious to know what that looked like for me, go back and watch Thursday's video. And then yesterday, I talked about our big mission here at Our Young Creators and how we can work together to help teach our kids and ourselves how to become creators using the devices we all love, rather than just consuming the things other people are putting out into the world. Okay, my friends, I would love to see you inside of this 100-day challenge of going on live on Facebook 100 days in a row. Don't worry right now what you're going to say. We just want to help you show up and be able to peel back those layers to push us all outside of our comfort zones so we can make 2019 the best year ever. We can write out the goals, we can crush those goals, and to know that we have other people in our corner who are doing the same. I know for one, that is going to help push me to see others succeed, and we can do it side by side. So I hope to see you join us. Head over to bit.ly/100 days of FB Live. Have an amazing weekend, my friends. Cheers.